expressed on news shows, but it's labeled as such. We want to point out that Diane Sawyer didn't push back against that and say maybe there's another side that we need to address here. What do you think about that?
Well, the biggest problem is that he's factually incorrect. And by the way, so is Janet Brewer. It is not the case that the Supreme Court has said this is constitutional. What they said is the law has yet to be enforced. We don't know whether or not it's going to have a discriminatory impact. We want to take it back to the state courts, lift the injunction, let the law go forward, and then we will see how it's implemented. And by the way, they issued a shot across the bow of Arizona saying it better not result in any kind of discrimination based on race or ethnicity. So I think Jorge Ramos is simply wrong. It's not just that he was opinionated, he's wrong.
And John Christopher, does it surprise you that ABC News has partnered with Univision and that they are able to spout opinions without any sort of disclaimer under them?
Nothing surprises me anymore in the media. I will have to say that. But this is an issue that goes back to the founders. This is a states' rights versus a federal powers right. We're talking about Hamilton versus Thomas Jefferson. And, you know, the people who are coming out short here are the law enforcement, because there's really no clear, exact guidance as to how they are supposed to perform in doing their duties.
Tamara, go ahead.
Well, I'm just shaking my head because this isn't a debate about whether or not the law is right or wrong. Your question had to do with commentary versus news. And I think it is tragic when people are relying on listening to news at the dinner table and they're getting somebody's opinion. What makes Fox great is that you get crazy people like me on the left giving an opinion and then other people who are giving just the news.
What does that mean?
And there needs to be a separation. But Diane Sawyer, she specifically asked him, and you left that part out, I'm not saying intentionally, but I think she tried to bring it back. She said, what are people saying on the ground? And he went back, Ramos went back to, well, this is a tragic day, and that is what is wrong.
Speaking of the media coverage, the Fast and Furious scandal, you know, it's been documented that the networks have not been talking about it. And when they have talked about it, other lesser stories have eclipsed it on their evening newscasts. But it took them a long time to even get around to covering it. Yes, John, you look very excited to address this.
Two administrations, the Bush administration and the Obama administration, has put forth something that is equal to the movie Dumb and Dumber instead of Fast and Furious. Remember Jim Carrey and Daniels? This is something that is so absurd and so ridiculous. The only sequel to the Dumb and Dumber movie would be if they gave away nukes to the underworld and they said, why don't we follow them and see if they end up in Iran?
You make a good point, but Linda, is it newsworthy? Should the networks be covering it?
Of course it's newsworthy. And the irony is President Obama, by invoking executive privilege, has actually now forced this issue onto the major mainstream media, the networks and
Tamara, that's why we've been seeing more coverage of it since that happened.
Right, and we will continue to see more coverage once there is a vote in the House. But right now, remember, this was just a committee vote, and there are plenty of committee votes and hearings that never make it to the news. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but there's definitely a duty to report it as this goes on.
Tamara Halder, John Christopher Bua, Linda Chavez, thanks so much.